Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Lights Out, your virtual campfire. I'm your hostess with the mostest ghosties, Sylvia Shults. So, in the last episode, I teased you with the promise of ghost hunting goodies galore. And in this episode, I'm gonna pony up. Get ready to join me for a trip to New England to investigate a mystery that's been puzzling people for 125 years. Grab my hand, hold on tight, and let's go. Lights out. Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she found out what she'd done, she gave her father 41. The story of the murders at the Borden House on August 4th, 1892, is one of the great mysteries of New England. On that hot summer day, a day when tempers were probably stretched pretty thin, someone came into the Borden House in Fall River, Massachusetts. They went upstairs to the Bordens' guest room, where Abby Borden was making the bed. Several minutes later, Abby was dead. Someone hit her 19 times in the head with a hatchet. She lay next to the bed in a spreading pool of her own blood. Later that same morning, Andrew Borden came home from a trip into town. He lay down for a quick nap on the sofa in the parlor. He never got up. As he lay resting, someone hacked him to death with a hatchet too, 11 blows to the face. When they were done, Mr. Borden's face was a pulpy, unrecognizable mass of blood, bone, and brains. His eye socket had been split down to his upper lip. Of Andrew Borden's 2 daughters, Emma and Lizzie, only Lizzie was home that day. Emma had gone to visit friends. She rushed home at hearing the tragic news. John Morse, the girl's uncle, was visiting the Bordens. It was his bed Abby Borden was making in the guest room when she was murdered. But he had a rock-solid, ironclad, unimpeachable alibi. The maid, Bridget Sullivan, was out of the house washing the windows. Lizzie Borden claimed she was in the barn in the backyard, eating pears, 6 of them, and looking for lead for fishing sinkers. The only person ever actually accused of the monstrous crime was Lizzie Borden. She was a spinster in her early 30s, still living with her parents. She was a Sunday school teacher. But was she also a murderer? I had the great good fortune to make a trip to Fall River in June of 2017. I wanted to go on a tour of Lizzie Borden's house. I hopped onto the website for more information, and to my amazement and delight, I found that not only does the historic site offer tours, they also, once a month during the summer, do ghost hunts. And one was happening on June 20th, right smack in the middle of my trip to Massachusetts. I signed up immediately, and now I invite you guys along for the ride. I showed up at the house ready to go. I knew my listeners would be fascinated to join me for a ghost hunt at this amazing location. I was there with 8 other folks, including our guide for the evening, Lucky Belcamino. Lucky is a psychic medium as well as a ghost hunter, and having her there to preside over the evening's festivities was a real treat. We took a tour of the house first. I was not allowed to record the tour, so if any of you in Electron Land are interested, you gotta go there yourself and take the tour. Believe me, it is worth it. Our tour guide was extremely knowledgeable. There wasn't a question we threw at her she couldn't answer. And she did an amazing job with the tour. She took us room by room through the entire house, describing the events of that day as they unfolded. As she spoke, I could almost see the key players in the drama walking through the rooms, playing out their parts on the stage of history. I don't mean this literally. I know. I have to be careful about saying what I see in the context of ghost hunting. I just mean that her presentation was so evocative, it was almost like we were watching the scenes unfold before us. After the tour, we were ready to start the investigation. The first thing we did was order pizza. Hey, you gotta keep up your strength on these investigations, you know. Then, properly fortified, we all traipsed up to the John Morse room, the guest bedroom where Abby Borden was murdered.
John, can you give us a sign that you're here with us? We unfortunately don't have that cool gadget that Lucky did, but you can give us a knock, like that. If you're around, we'd appreciate it. If you do it right over my head, that would be really cool too. Probably scare the crap out of me. I am getting like super dizzy.
Probably because there aren't as many people around. But I'm sitting in the same place I was. I'm sitting, for those of you playing at home, I am sitting in the spot, the exact spot where Abby Borden was hacked to death. Butchered with 19 blows to the back of her head. And before, when we were in here before, I was lying down on my belly in the same position that she was in. And I'm just having this feeling that I kind of want to do that again, but I'm just having this feeling that it would be a really, really bad idea for me to do that right now. So I'm sitting.
Would you like me to be the guinea pig?
Sure, okay.
Because I wasn't over there before. So.
Oh yeah, please. I don't want to hog it.
She was facing the wall, right?
Well, she was
Kinda
on her
like
belly
hunched,
right here.
hunched over. All right, let's see what we got here. And this is the corner we were getting all the activity in before.
Yes.
All right. So here I am. Come stand over me so I can feel you and feel what Abby felt. Just notice that it's very, very, very cold in this corner.
Yeah, I was getting that too. I don't know if she turned the air back on or what. It's ridiculously cold in this room.
I feel like this, like, it's not me, right? No, because my shadow's over here. I keep seeing little things darting in and out over here.
Huh.
And when Lucky was standing here, this whole wall was like completely black on the flare. And then all of a sudden it went into a shape of a man because it was tall.
Oh.
So I feel like there's definitely something. Back on the floor. John, you know that song Shaving a Haircut? Can you finish it for me? Ready? Can you do the rest? Was that a curtain?
I was not moving.
I heard a little, just a little.
Yes, so did I.
Okay. If that was you, John, can you do it again for us, please?
That high boy in the corner is really sensitive. That's why I said I wasn't moving when it made that noise, but I don't know if it was you moving around that made it shift.
The what? I'm sorry.
This high boy in the corner here. Here, listen.
Yeah, because like when I shift though.
Yeah.
See, now it's not doing it, but
yeah,
it makes more of a lower noise. This was like.
Okay. It was a high rap.
It was like a.
Yeah.
But even higher than that. But,
yeah, it was a really high rap, and it seemed to come from that corner.
Interesting. See, hear me move?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what it was making, and that didn't sound...
Yeah,
well.
but it was much higher pitch.
Yeah.
And it was just one. It wasn't the continuous rattling.
Rattling, right. Interesting.
Is there anybody in here with us?
Or am I just being silly laying on the floor when I could be laying in the bed?
Yeah, let's switch. I want to be on the floor again.
Okay. See, yeah, that's a rattle.
Yeah. Can you imagine all the blood there must have been?
Ugh, the smell.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, head wounds bleed anyway. But Jeebus. Bits of brain and bone.
All kind of meshed into one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't think too hard about what happened here. It's a really nice house.
Yeah. It's just that whole blood and bone and murder thing.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who had to clean it up.
I don't know, because like they were saying, there was no really crime scene investigation or cleanup.
Right, yeah, there wasn't any crime scene clean. I was just thinking that very same thing. There wasn't any company that would come around and do that.
Ew.
I wonder if poor Bridget had to do it.
Bridget, if you're here with us, did you have to clean up that mess?
That was somebody downstairs.
That was funny though, perfect timing. Bridget, if you're here, I am very, very sorry if in fact you had to clean that up, because that must have been nasty. And, you know, I hope for your sake it wasn't you that had to clean it up.
Yeah, that's above and beyond the call of duty, that's for sure.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what they were paying you.
There are people having lots of fun downstairs. That's what you're hearing on the tape.
Yeah. Look, he's killing me. She's too funny.
I don't know, but if I was spending the night in this room, I don't think I'd want to sleep on that side of the bed.
Yeah.
Just 'cause. And if I really truly was spending the night in this room, I would definitely put those crime scene photos face down.
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause icky.
I wouldn't be able to wake up to that. You know?
Yeah.
You wake up in the middle of the night and that's the first thing you see.
Oh, that would suck out loud. From there we went into Lizzie's room and did some more work with the spirit box. We kept hearing noises from Mr. and Mrs. Borden's room, so we followed them. We all ended up in the parlor where Mr. Borden was killed. You guys know me by now. I threw myself under the bus in the name of entertainment. And ghost hunting. Okay, I'm happy to do just an EVP work without the Frank's box. Okay, we are still June 20th, 2017. We are in the sitting... Would this be the parlor? Okay, the parlor at the Lizzie Borden house. I'm putting my recorder down here. And for my lights out listeners, I'm once again taking one for the team. I am sitting on... Now, this is all replica, but I'm sitting on the sofa in the exact spot where Andrew Borden was hacked to death in the face. So I'm going to lie down here just exactly the same way he was, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to ask questions, and we're going to see if anybody wants to talk to us. Is anyone here with us? Oh, it's so hot. It's August 4th, 1892. Oh, it's so hot. I just want to lie down for a while. Just take a nap for a while. Just rest. I think I'll kick my shoes off and just have a nice little lie down right on this couch. I'm so comfortable. Oh, this is great. Oh, what's this? There's somebody standing over me. Who is that? People walking around. Who is that standing over me with a hatchet? It looks like Can you tell me who that was that just came into the room? A note. The muffled giggles you just heard were because, unbeknownst to me, when I lay down on the sofa in the exact position Andrew Borden was in, Lucky snuck off to the kitchen and grabbed an apron, a mob cap, and the rubber but very realistic-looking hatchet, and crept up on me as I lay there trying to goose someone into giving me an EVP. The evening wasn't over yet. Please join me next time as we return to the Lizzie Borden house and discover the Victorian pastime of table tipping. We'll explore more secrets of the Borden house when we go lights out.